You're ready, right?
What the hell is even that?
I don't think it caught it.
Ah, dang it.
All right.
Take two.
No.
Let me see if I can find something more insane to say.
I'm sure that you have quite the collection. All right. So, welcome back. Another session. Before we do the recap and stuff, I do want to point out for the viewers, and I guess for y'all's attention as well, the channel points will be looking a little bit different now. Because I thought it might be nice. Don't look at me like that, Brandon. Why are you looking at me like that, Brandon?
No reason. Continue.
No reason.
You know, his face is always like that.
There are now channel point redemptions that viewers can use that will help the party. I don't know why Brandon is looking like that.
Like what?
Every one of them are to help the party. Whether it be locating scrap. When they find scrap, they get bonus to what they would have gotten. Adding extra points to their next attack, making it easier for them to hit and such. Even giving a player advantage, or doing a what I'm calling battle morale boost, which will give a +2 to AC and to weapon and spell attacks for the party for that encounter. Even up to giving a player inspiration. Now, most of those will not be able to be spammed and are very limited because I'm fully and wholeheartedly aware that there are some people that may have an unfair advantage when it comes to the amount of channel points that they have.
Viking.
So, yeah. Viking.
Damn.
But yeah, so I'm workshopping those. There may be more things in the future. I'm not. Oh my god.
What the actual
Thank
fuck?
you for proving my point. There
So who
may be
wants
more
3
things that
inspiration
pop
points?
up later. It kind of depends on how well these go. And full disclosure, if they do go very well, there will be more. And some of them might not have a green background. That means it's good for the party.
When you put it like that, I don't like this idea anymore. Scrap it.
But that's future. We'll see how everything goes and whatnot.
Viking, don't fuck this up.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I did think about putting a special one that specifically would fuck with Viking.
Okay,
that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Yep, that one is fine.
I don't understand where all this animosity comes from. I've never
I
done
put like
anything
3 of
wrong.
those in there, and then I'm like, I literally just thought Viking, and I'm like,
It's like Viking has to shut up for a minute. I was like,
Make it like
timer.
3 points each.
every time Viking says some bullshit, he loses 1 HP. It's like, no,
could you
I'll be
imagine?
dead in 5 minutes.
You would be dead in 5 minutes. Alright, but throwing that out there, so that is now
Look at that pretty face.
known. And to be fair, you guys in the party are allowed to use channel points if you have some. I'm not restricting that, at least for now. But again, things will have a limit. And Viking, if you're about to spam the scrap, then that will be removed very quickly.
No!
Remove it for him. Fine.
I had the mouse over the screen.
I figured as much. Again, this is a workshop idea. We'll see how it goes and modify from there. Alright, so let's get into it, shall we? We'll start with the recap. Let me cover up Viking. Also, you made a comment last time, okay? I went back and looked over the stream to do the recap. And yes, I had you covered. And yes, I saw all the random shit that you were doing that I didn't see. So there's a reason that I covered you specifically.
I don't remember.
Alright. Exiting the wrestling pits, Bricka and her brother passed back through the slime branches. Bricka, having noticed the continual concern of her brother, questioned him. His answer was to deflect and speak more, or rather, re-speak, on the surrounding flora. Being brought back to the subject, Bricka pointed out that Spittooth's words could have simply been to keep Gobbos in line, but her brother replied it wasn't her way. Until something was officially said, there was no need to talk further on it. Instead, talk of more shrooms and crossed arms filled the conversation until they arrived home. I can't believe that you literally poked over my tablet. Let me raise this up a little bit. Having found a previously unknown ability to teleport, Yip Yap appeared here and there and somewhere else, seeming to materialize in various places and slime branches with an occasional ta-da! Appearing atop a moist, moss-covered rock surrounded by several slimes, a temporary moment of panic had him run and vault over a stone wall, flipping through the air and across an expanse of the branches. After a bow to a brazier and a crackling of applause, Yip Yap got back to the Gutter Sprog's den. He found a comfy spot and drifted off to sleep. Having stayed behind for the others to find their way back, Doodle looked about for something to work on. Finding nothing, he opted to pray, driving his blade into the ground and dancing about it for a time. Meanwhile, in one of the nearby tunnels, Gaboldi and Oops looked upon their first creatures outside of Grubspire, Stallgrubs, small, slimy creatures covered in stones and moss for his shell. Oops chose the escape option, while Gaboldi took a stand. Gaboldi rushed in, did a bonk, and hopped back. The Stallgrubs pursued, and Oops soon realized that no one followed him and had an existential crisis. Gaboldi and the Stallgrubs began their dance, one Stallgrub getting crushed, and Doodle, having heard the commotion, quickly rushed towards the sound. Shaking off the panic, Oops moved forward, grabbed a random stone from the ground, and hurled it at the remaining Stallgrub. The stone hit true and bounced away, but before the stone settled, Doodle's blade drove down from the side and severed the creature. Doodle harvested the meat of the creatures, and Gaboldi took a shell as a memento, and a few words to Oops from Gaboldi, and the three began back up the incline. Back in Bricka's home, she had been doing her usual sitting on the table and handing her brother things, and after a time, her mother, one of the many teachers of the Muckmother's brood, came home and set to making food. Bricka made known that her lessons also had a visit from Spittooth, but her mother seemed less worried about it. Bricka informed her mother of her plan to swear an oath to the Muckmother, which brought an approving smile to her mother's face. Shut up, Bone. A little talk of food and some shenanigans of the past, Bricka asked how to know if you chose the right thing to do after the namings. The reply left Bricka unsatisfied and no less cautious or curious, and to find her father with the same question, she left home. A rock, a pebble, another small stone pelted the sleeping Yip Yap until he finally opened an eye to see one of his fellow Gutter Sprogs about to throw another. One of those who had been looking for a mark from before, there to point out that the little one was successful. He advised Yip Yap, with another rock, to go talk to the little one, there was a rumor that the little one might not be around much longer. Reluctantly, Yip Yap goes and finds him some words and subtle encouragement. Yip Yap convinced the little one that maybe they can learn to be a musical distraction similar to himself. They opt to find an instrument somewhere in the random collections about the den. Having achieved their victory, Doodle, Gaboldi, and Oops struggled a bit to ascend the incline, but eventually made it to the top. With the little scrap in this area collected already, they headed to Gaboldi's home for dinner. Gaboldi's younger sister, Kresh, orchestrated a war between dolls while the older brother mulled over plans for his work with the Warren Keepers. Gaboldi announced their presence, along with Doodle dragging his sword behind him and posting against a wall, while Oops found a table and started scribbling among his schematics. Kresh, nearly changing one of the schematics, was picked up by Gaboldi and placed in her room where the doll massacre continued. Gaboldi set back to making dinner, and Doodle rummaged through various belongings until given a whetstone and began making a mess. Being told to clean up, a moment of confusion hit Doodle before he proudly gave Gaboldi the dripping sack of stall grub meat. Set out to find their father, a mission to teach a little one, scribblings of schematics, the sound of sharpening metal, and the onset of a tasty aroma were simple things suddenly shaken. Shut up, phone. The world lurched, the ground bucked violently, throwing many to the ground. Walls broke, the ground cracked, chunks giving way to a blackness below. Jagged stones fell from above as roaring echoed among the grinding stones. Homes crippled as unheard screams were drowned out by the chaos. As suddenly as it began, it faltered. The violent motion softened into trembling, then to faint shivers, like the dying echoes of something vast retreating into the depths. The roar faded. Cracking stopped. Dust left hanging in the air, thick and choking, but still. Somewhere far off, a single pebble fell, and then nothing. Nothing but the heaviest silence Grubspire had ever heard. And this story has begun. And that is exactly where we're going to start off. The world has stilled. Everything has gone quiet. Each of you, I believe most of you, stood on your feet. I believe it was only Bricka that ended up being thrown to the ground in the commotion. So, with that, what is your reaction to this sudden happening? Again, a little preface. You guys have experienced earthquakes before, but this was on an entirely different scale. And for you, Bricka, where you had been thrown to the ground, you did see that that area that you had been standing in is one of those areas that gave way. The floor fell, and there was only this empty blackness, this now new hole. So, how do you react to your world being shaken and seemingly very narrowly not falling into some black abyss?
I kind of see her like kind of scurrying backwards further away from the hole first. But is there anyone else out other than her?
So do me a quick perception check.
Okay. About a 9 now.
Okay. I think it's fair to say that with everything, you're kind of looking around. You do see that there are a number of like furnishings and whatnot that have been knocked over. So certain things that you had hanging are now on the ground. You do see across the way that your mom was also knocked over. but after a moment you realize that you don't see your brother. Not immediately.
Okay.
Also, for reference, you essentially are at the doorway. This was happening as you were leaving.
Oh, okay. I didn't know how far I was. Okay.
No, like literally outside. Where we stopped with each of you is when this happened.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, she's immediately asking if everyone's okay.
It takes a moment before your mother stands, and she kind of looks around and seeing everything. And she says that she's fine, but again, she also notices that she does not see your brother either.
Is everyone else in the house okay, or do I gotta play hopscotch? Like,
You don't have to play hopscotch. It's essentially this chunk, essentially about 8 by no, sorry, about 4 by 10 feet. This chunk, this triangular chunk, has fallen through.
ew, okay. So it's one of those that we can get around. It's not like
You can get
impossible.
around it, yeah.
All right. Yeah, she's gonna yell for Bori. She's gonna see if he's good.
There is not an immediate response.
So inside the house is fine.
That is inside the house.
Oh, the hole is inside the house.
Essentially, the finer corner of that triangle is where you were standing near the door.
Okay, so that triangle goes back toward where he was working.
It goes to next to the table.
Oh no. Yeah, she's gonna stay clear of the edge, but she's gonna try to go around as much as she can to see if he's just shaking or if there's actually like no Bori.
Your mother's doing much the same, though, to be fair, a bit more frantic.
Yeah.
She's going around, even tossing some belongings off to the side. Probably a little scary for you, considering that she's not known to just violently throw things. It's essentially that mother's adrenaline popping up, and she's throwing things out of the way and just seeming to become more frantic. There are a number of times where she glances at the hole.
Yeah. So I can't see anything whenever I look into the hole. Like, it's just black.
You can essentially see a little ways down, but past that little bit that you can see, and it just seems to be jagged, just slanted stone. As if, essentially... So you know how, like, when a glass bowl or something breaks on the bottom? It is clean, and it's just fallen through. From what you can see with that visibility, there's nothing there. And then where your visibility ends, it is just darkness.
Alright, I have an idea. Is there anything I can like drop into the hole? Just see how far down it goes. Like, to listen to the sound.
Yeah, there's various things scattered about the home.
She's gonna take something that's not important, like a pot or something, and she's just gonna drop it. Like, she's gonna try to get it into like the center of the hole. Like, she's not leaning over. She's not dumb. She's like tossing it in to see how long it takes before.
Okay. So you take it over the edge. You drop it. It falls. It goes out of your line of sight. It's quiet. And then after about 10 seconds, you very faintly hear that pot shatter.
Yeah, at that point, she's gonna look over to her mom and she goes, "What do we do? That's really far down."
Let me do a roll for her. She witnessed you do this, and much like you, had frozen to listen. But when you ask her what we do, she seems stunned at the moment.
Yeah, so she just kind of looks at her, and like at that point, she just like grabs her arm and she goes, "Mom, what do we do? Do I get help? Who helps?"
She kind of shakes herself off a little bit, and she rushes over to you and physically grabs you and pulls you away from the hole. And in a voice that you haven't heard from her, it's shaken, it's scared. I don't know. This coming from a woman who essentially always has some kind of answer. And if she didn't have an answer, she knew who to go to find an answer. Hearing her say, "I don't know," something that you haven't heard before.
I think her eyes are gonna go wide. You know, it's like, yeah, like she's having an oh shit moment because there's no Bori. This hole just popped up. You know, this just happened. So she's gonna look back at the hole. She's gonna look back at her mom, and she goes, "Find others to see if they can get rope. If they can get something down there. I'm gonna go find Dad."
Okay, yeah. Be careful.
So she just kind of nods and she like looks back to the hole one more time and she goes, "We don't know if he's hurt or not, so we gotta be fast."
She nods, ushers you out the door, and then she also takes off.
Yeah, like Bricka's going as fast as those little gobbo feet can go. Like she is hauling ass. Okay, like so yeah.
Remind me, if you will, because I realize I'm trying to keep track of a number of things. What was it that your dad did?
I don't think we ever said. I gave you liberties
so we
for that.
didn't
So
with that one.
I think in a stream you said that they both were teachers. So
Were they both teachers? They might have both been teachers.
yeah.
I don't think he was a teacher. It was something with the monk. No, I think he was like your brother.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say quick, let's go back and rewatch.
Quick flashback, everyone.
Flashback time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure that he was meant to be one of the herb peoples. The herb folk.
Okay then. Yeah.
So yeah, essentially you start running off in the direction where the main supplies are usually done up. But we are gonna hop over to the Yip Yap.
Indeed.
So, like I said, we are starting exactly where we left off with you guys. So for you, as you had started taking the little one, as everyone's been calling him, over to essentially one of the areas that have the random heaps of things that you guys have been taking, trying to find an instrument, everything happened.
Okay.
He definitely went to the ground, but you see, now that everything is settled, as you're looking around, there are random areas where that stone has also fallen away. There are certain things covered. A number of the essentially the tents, if you will, the various areas where some sort of shelter had been set up, many of those have been either ripped or knocked down, whether it be from stone or just from the general panic. Some of those areas with the collection of items suddenly are not there, having part of the ground open up and swallow some of those things. What do you do in this moment as everything has gone quiet?
And this is quite far from a normal thing. Has this ever happened before within my lifetime?
No, nothing like this. Earthquakes, sure. The world shaking a little bit here and there, yes. But this is completely different. This is something major.
I think Yip Yap will take a look around the room, kind of take in what everyone else is doing. I mean, being one of the more senior here anyway, I guess in a way he's going to realise that people are kind of maybe looking at him at this point.
There are a few that happen to like look over, and their looks will kind of hold on you for a moment, but for the most part, people are doing much the same thing, looking around and essentially trying to see the state of everything with whatever the fuck just happened. I will say, even without a roll, considering how dense certain areas in here are, there are a number, at least a few gobos missing just from that look around.
Yeah. I think Yip Yap will gingerly walk towards one of the chasms that's opened up and kind of peer down into it. Can he see anything or anyone?
So, much the same as when Bricka looked, you can see a little ways down and then just darkness. In your case, there is like an occasional like item that happened to get snagged on the wall, but other than that, you don't see any individual. You don't see anyone.
Okay, there are no gobos snagged on the wall. Okay.
No.
Unfortunate. Can you hear anything? Like, is anyone calling from inside the chasm?
It is still very quiet. The only sounds the occasional shuffling of someone here in the gutter sprog den, maybe moving something or looking around. After a few moments, you do hear like random names being called out. Some of them you recognize, some you don't. Essentially people beginning to search for other people.
Yeah, when they said there wasn't a lot of space here, this wasn't the kind of real estate he expected to open up.
It's free real estate.
Free real estate. Yeah, I think after kind of like he'll stand kind of like at the edge of the chasm trying to work out. He's trying to like hear voices. He might actually shout down to see if anyone answers him from down there, but I'm guessing, considering there's no one like crying or complaining, that like they've had a fairly quick death in a horrible way. In as much as they've probably just hit the bottom and that's it. So if he doesn't hear anything, then he will start to, I guess, mop up whatever is, like, if anyone's injured, or just, I guess, help everyone out, kind of get everyone away from the places, and I guess make sure the little one is okay as well, as he is now known to be called.
Yeah.
I think the instrument finding will go a bit to the wayside at the moment, unless one happens to roll out in front of him from the piles.
A flute just so happened to roll in front of the Tootsies. No.
This'll do.
It's a sign. No. He does seem to be alright, shaken as most are, but oddly enough, once you kind of like help him up and give him a once over, he actually scurries away from you and starts trying to help people. As you're going about and doing the, checking if people are alright, there are a few that are, injured. It's nothing major. Essentially, some of the stone that fell from above, inevitably hit a few people, but it all seems kind of a non-issue compared to the fact that clearly there are some gobos that fell.
Yes.
You will see, as you're going about and doing this, over at the only actual structure, you do see Mr. Knotts standing in the doorway. He is looking out, kind of scanning over everything. He does have some kind of wound. There is a bit of blood on his face, but otherwise, that look that he just tends to have when he's studying things, he's just scanning essentially the entirety of the den from his doorway.
But of course, not actually getting stuck in by any way, shape, or form, or helping out anyone. He's just gonna look over and make sure everyone is doing what they need to do, right?
That is essentially what you see.
He's such a dick. Okay. Yeah.
There is a bot. Sorry.
So yeah, Yip Yap will obviously clock that, and I think he will probably give an eye roll when he just sees that he's just stood there uselessly, and then continue kind of helping to gather people up. I think once he has like a good idea that at least, you know, from a living being perspective, that everyone is kind of away from these chasms, I want you to kind of go back and see if there is like any safe, like, are there like, is like sheer on every side of these? Is there like, would there be a way down into them in any way, shape, or form?
So they are pretty sheer, like as far as climbing barehanded, it doesn't look like that is possible. But if you, like, essentially if you were trying to use other things to find a way down, that technically is an option. You don't know how far down is.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next thing. I was going to grab a random piece of material, detritus, and just, similar to what Bricky did, but just toss it into the chasm.
Alright. So, much the same, you drop it, and it's quiet. And then... Hang on a sec. Which one was that?
And then I hear owl.
No, you don't hear an owl. But it takes about 15 seconds before you do hear that item hit the ground.
Okay. Yeah, that's far. So, yeah, Yip Yap's going to kind of sigh, know that they probably don't even have enough rope to even consider this. So he will just, I think he'll probably head over to Mr. Knotts. Like, knowing that everyone's now safe, he'll head in that direction. Start sort of walking up, kind of looking up at him, I guess expectantly, as he's standing up on his high veranda, whatever he's doing to look over everyone.
Okay. So, we're gonna cut over. We're gonna go to the other three. So, I believe all three... I think Bricka was the only one that was actually thrown. Am I remembering that correctly?
As far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
So, yeah, you three, much the same. Things are scattered about. Things littering the floor. No more evidence of the previous mess, because it's covered up now. What do you all do?
First of all, I think there's bots in your chat. Second of all, Oops is checking if he has all his explosives and just not me.
Yeah, Doodle's going to, I mean, the immediate thing is going to be, what'd you do, Oops?
Yeah, just like, it wasn't me.
Boldy is going to be rushing toward where he put Kresh down.
Sorry, I was swinging the banhammer. Those are gone now. Thank you, Viking. Sorry, can you guys repeat that for me?
Basically, Doodle just asked, "Oops, what he did."
Oops will be like,
Fair response.
what me?
And
checking
Gaboldi
his explosives.
and Gaboldi is rushing to where he put Kresh down.
Okay. So you rush over. Sorry, bud. There is a hole.
Don't do this to me. God damn it!
This is why you don't have family.
There is a hole that essentially fills that area. A number of items have also fallen in, but you do not see your sister.
He kind of looks down the hole, just like seeing if he can get some kind of glimmer of sight.
Same situation as the others. Sheer sides that go down into darkness. You do see, because I have to, you do see one of those dolls caught on the side. And it is close enough to the top that you could reach down and grab it if you wished. But you do not see Crash.
He's going to yell down the hole, like, he's going to yell down the whole Kresh to see if she responds back or anything. Just, Kresh! Kresh!
The only response you get is the echo of your own cries. You do not hear another voice. Just her name bouncing down.
Yeah, I feel like when Doodle hears that, he's gonna probably rush over and start yelling Crush's name too. And I guess after a couple minutes of it, he's gonna kinda look over at Gaboldi, and he's gonna say, maybe we could get the guards or maybe someone to check. Maybe they have a way to get down there.
You kind of pull Gaboldi out of, like, from what it looks like he's running everything through his head. Like, if you could see the equations, that's what Gaboldi would be looking like. And he kind of, like, cocks his head, so he's like, guards, go, get.
At this point, Oops has gotten over there as well. Just like, don't need guards, we just need a lot of rope.
Yeah, no, Doodle's gonna rush over, grab his sword, and drag it out. And, yeah, he's gonna head outside.
Okay. What are you two inside doing?
I think
looking at everything cloth and just seeing if that would be enough to get halfway down or somewhere a ways down.
Gaboldi is going to see Kresh's doll and, like, picks it up and just kind of, like, holds it. And then just kind of like, she's going to miss this. So he kind of puts it into his pocket or, like, into a satchel.
Okay.
As he kind of looks around for anything that could be used, like maybe see how deep the hole is.
So essentially like the others dropping something down?
Yes.
Okay. For you, I want you to make me a perception check as you drop that down.
Don't fuck me up this time. Thank you. 18.
Okay. So, you drop this item, whatever it may be, and it's quiet. It disappears from your vision. And you're not hearing anything. And it just keeps with the silence. And then after about 25 seconds, you hear the tiniest
like a wave of realization hits Goboldi. Is like, he just kind of gets up and walks outside, like very stone faced. Just is his brother around somewhere?
So yeah,
Might try
on
to
the
catch
way
him
to
if-
the door, you do glance over where your brother was. You do see him on the floor. And you do see that there is a bit of blood. From this angle, you can't see from where or whatnot, because he was going over plans and whatnot, so essentially you're seeing this through table legs and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see him over there, and you do see a little bit of blood.
Well, he was going to go outside
Mm-hmm.
till he saw that, and now he is heading toward under the table to go check on his brother.
Okay. So you get over there, get around the table. He is breathing, but you do see a sizable stone, just essentially like a foot off. It looks like that he was clubbed over the head by gravity.
He's going to does he have any, like, Goboldi would have like some kind of cloth on as like maybe a tunic or like pants or something like that.
Okay.
He's going to like rip off a long strip of it and kind of tie it to where he sees the wound is, or like the head wound, into like a bandage basically.
Okay. Do me a medicine check.
No.
Okay. Fair enough. Alright. So you do this little makeshift bandage. It seems to, be snug. It seems to be all good. Do you do anything from there?
He's going to try to, as gently as he can, move him to outside the hut, or outside the house.
Okay. So we're going to cut over to Doodle, who had left the home in search of guards, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Stop messaging me, people. Stop it.
Stop it.
So, Doodle exits the home and immediately sees that inside was not so bad. As you go out into the living warrens, the dust is much more apparent out here. Not enough to cause breathing problems, but there's almost this haze over the entire expanse. Through it, you can still see and everything. It doesn't obscure vision, but there is that haze. You do see a number of homes, whereas usually they're kind of dome shaped. Some of them have collapsed. You see a number of areas that the floor has fallen through. Excuse me. One of the large braziers have been knocked over, Excuse me. And in the distance, you do hear people shouting, mostly names. It's almost as if that silence is starting to be replaced by the aftermath. You see a few people darting here and there. At the immediate moment, you don't see guards, but is there anything specific that you want to do, or are you going to just start rushing and trying to find guards?
I mean, at this point, Doodle's gonna almost feel like he's choking with anxiety. He's probably actually going to drop his blade and just kind of absent-mindedly rush towards one of the collapsed huts and try to, basically yell if anyone's there. He's going to do that to just about every single one. The ones that are still up, he's going to go in and look around.
Okay. Without any rolls or anything, some of those, thankfully, are empty, including some of the ones that are collapsed. There's one here and there where there's someone that's stuck underneath, and then you and a couple others, help them out and whatnot. But it seems that everywhere you're going, there's panic, or there's crying, or occasionally you'll see a gobbo that's just staring, or like looking around absent-mindedly.
Yeah, Doodle's gonna basically, I mean, I guarantee most of these gobbos haven't, in this section or this clan, they've never been huge fans of Doodle or anything like that, but he's going to, the only thing he could possibly think is to direct everyone either to the forge, or would there be another better place to tell everyone to go, like that he would know about?
So, oddly enough, there nothing comes to mind.
Okay.
But that's because Grubspire is it's a safe place. Like, Grubspire is the place to go for safety.
Okay.
And in this moment, that safety's been broken. So trying to think of where you could go. Stop messaging me. Where you could go to be safer. That there's nowhere safer than Grubspire.
Okay. Then what he'll do is nothing safer than food. He's gonna have everyone head to, like, the I guess the common eating area. I'm assuming that they probably have, just to get everyone in one place.
Okay.
And he will run back, grab his blade. Gaboldi, I'm assuming, is coming out. You said, Brandon?
Yes, carrying what was his brother's name? Foulfuck.
Okay. Yeah. Doodle's gonna rush over and he's gonna help you kind of hold on to him. And he's gonna say, we need to go to the canteen.
And after he he's going to keep carrying his brother and just kind of look at you and just kind of nods. And he's gotta look back. It's like, oops.
How much cloth has Oops found?
I mean, I'm gonna assume that you found a decent amount.
Mm-hmm. Just standing, like he's tied it together every single time he found a new piece. He's just standing with it. At least let's try. He just chucks it over.
I'm gonna say Gaboldi, with you dropping the item down and knowing how long it took before you heard something. It's not enough.
So I guess did you show Gabaldi like the length of the?
I
He's just
mean,
gonna look at it,
he showed the bulge or whatever you would call that.
and he's
I
gonna
have the
kind of
word in
look at.
Danish, not in English.
He's going to look at the bulge of cloth that you found, and he's gonna look and just not enough.
Well, we could at least try.
Fresh, oh, wouldn't I fall?
Looks at it, looks at him. Let's go. Can't stay here.
Canteen,
Yeah.
Doodle.
Yeah, Doodle's gonna nod really quickly, and he's gonna start heading that way. He's gonna be kind of sprinting, but sprinting as fast as he can with a giant hunk of metal sliding on the ground behind him.
Fair enough.
I would say Gaboldi is like keeping a steady pace while he's holding Falthuk.
Okay.
Any signs of stirring or waking from him?
Not at the moment, no. Alright. So we're going to cut back over to Bricka.
Okay.
So you've started making your way to essentially the main storage area that they do the different supplies for the medicines and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
You do see that the structure that this is usually in has fallen. Essentially, there's one side of it that's still standing, and the rest of it has collapsed inward.
Oh.
And it's essentially just become, instead of whereas it was pretty rectangular in shape, this whole section here has just come inward.
Yeah, I think at that point, she's gonna just like start calling for her dad and maybe start like pulling rocks from the rubble, looking around to see if she can find them.
Yeah, as you start pulling some rubble away, you do realize that there are other sounds of rubble being moved, and at that moment you do realize that there are others that are coming around and starting to help and move these different sized stones and these essentially, I forgot what I called them. They're essentially these thick, dense mushroom stalks that are the equivalent of wood that the gobos use, moving those out of the way and clearing what they can. Occasionally, you do unearth someone, which they're a bit beaten, as to be expected. After a good bit of time, you do end up unearthing your dad. He is unconscious, and he is breathing very shallow, but you have found him.
Okay. Any of the other gobos that are around, like, are there any other like gobos like my brother and my dad? Are there any healers around at this point?
There are, and they are helping with like moving stuff. There are a couple that people that they have pulled out. They're essentially working them over, trying to see what all is going on and whatnot, checking on their conditions and whatnot. So there are a couple of them, yes.
Okay, I guess at that point she would just be waving some folks over to like help her pull him from the rubble.
Okay. There's no hesitation as he's found and you wave someone over. A couple people rush over, start clearing out some of the larger stuff that you couldn't move, and After a moment, he is essentially lifted and taken over with the others that have been found so far.
Okay. Does it look like there's like a leader of this like rescue group at this point, or is it just random people just doing what they can?
It is essentially random people doing what they can.
Okay. I guess if there is like anybody that isn't immediately like hands-on trying to help somebody, she's gonna like send them to the direction of her house and just say the same thing about her brother, like he fell in, we don't know what's going on, things like that.
Okay, so you do tend to get the response from those who are like, hey, you know, my brother fell. Once they understand that he went down a hole, their reply is akin to, we have to help the people we can reach first.
Yeah, she looks back at her dad and like I can imagine her just having that whole thing of, yeah, I wouldn't want anyone to stop helping him, but at the same time, like, what do I do? She's just kind of stuck. Like, she's idly kind of helping, but at the same time, she's like, what do I do? She looks kind of lost. Yeah. Are there more people coming to help? How is it looking as of right now? Like, as they're pulling more people out, does it seem like they seem to have gotten everybody? Like, how?
It kind of depends on like where you are looking. Some areas seem like, you know, what can be done has been done. Other areas, essentially people start congregating to help in those areas. This goes on for a good while. There are a lot of people that got injured, whether it's from things collapsing or the debris falling from the ceiling or whatnot. Altogether, it's a very scary sight. But this, especially for you, in the Muck Mother's brood, it almost seems to go endlessly. Like every time this area seems good to go and everyone's sure that everyone has been found and those who are injured have been collected, there's another area, another spot where things had collapsed.
Okay. I think what she'll do is continue to help people, but I think she's gonna start as she's helping people, she's gonna start trying to gather rope or things she can tie together as she helps people, because then she's gonna go back and try to use that as a rope for her brother.
Okay.
But she's still helping.
Gotcha. Alright. We're gonna pop over to the Yip Yap.
The Yip Yap.
Approaching Mr. Knotts himself.
Approaching this prick.
Sorry, my mispronunciation.
Yes.
Alright. Is there anything specific you do as you are approaching? Again, he's essentially standing in the doorway and looking like he's just scanning everything. There's even moments as you're, approaching from a distance where that scanning falls on you and keeps going. So he's aware of your approaching, but he's still scanning.
Yeah, that's one. He will just continue to approach. I guess trying to read. I guess just trying to read him really. Like, what is his demeanor at this point in time? Like, does he show any sympathy with what's happening, or is he just being entirely cold about it right now?
Roll me an insight.
Lovely.
He's looking for profit.
Probably. My insight's shit as well, so I'm probably not gonna. Oh no, it's all right. It's okay. It's a dirty 20. Let's fucking go.
Oh.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. So you do see the initial and expected nonchalant nature that he tends to have about these things, or in any real given situation, that uncaring nature. But with a dirty 20, you do, at the very least, think you might see hints of maybe he's not. How do I put it? There's definitely something going on. At this point, you're almost wondering if it's a facade. Like, occasionally, as he's looking around, you'll see the slightest bit of twisting in that deadpan expression that he has, that it almost at points seems like worry or something akin to it, as much as this individual might be able to worry about something.
Yeah, with the Yip Yap, it's going to be a case of, is he worrying about the people that just died, or the money that just got lost, or the scrap that just got lost, rather?
It's a fair assumption from the Yap's perspective.
Yeah, so he's not going to be entirely sure what it is. So, as he approaches, is there? Because as you say, standing in the doorway, is there like a staircase leading up to this, or is this a veranda that he's on, or something like that?
No, there's no staircase or porch or anything. It's level with the ground.
It's level with the ground. Okay, cool. So as he approaches, he'll just kind of say, like when he's within earshot, he'll just say, "I don't know how many we've lost. Could be quite a few. Not entirely sure. I've got the rest of them to safety, though."
You'll also notice, like, his lips, as you've gotten closer, his lips are moving slightly. But he kind of glances down to you and kind of looks up and sees where some of them have started to congregate and whatnot. And there will be like a slight nod, like the slightest bit of a nod.
Hey, orders.
What was that?
Any orders? Anything you want us to do?
It seems that you are doing exactly what would have needed to be done.
I think I was going to just stare blankly at him for a while. I think he was expecting a bit more, so he'll kind of, for a moment, just kind of be a little bit lost, and then he'll kind of almost shake it off. All right. Well, I guess I'll just carry on. Unless you have anything else you'd want me to do. I don't think we're getting in any of these holes anytime soon.
I think that that's for the best. From what I can tell, 23.
It's gonna take Yap a little while to kind of understand exactly what it means by that, and then he's gonna you're gonna see the realization. He's gonna kind of do a slow nod. So you counted. Do we know who?
He will start listing names.
Okay.
Again, some of them you recognize, others you don't. A couple of them are from the last job that you actually had. Just the day before.
Mm-hmm.
But he does list off 23 names.
Yeah, it's gonna try and hide the reaction to those particular ones. He's just gonna probably blink, almost like he's flinching whenever he hears one, that particularly the ones who worked with yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I think if anything though, as the list goes on and he realizes he's able to name all 23 of them, there's going to be like almost like an awe in his expression. Like his eyes are going to be slightly wider as he's kind of looking up at this person that he thinks gives no shits whatsoever, but has just managed to name everyone who died. All right, we can I don't know, put up a plaque maybe.
We'll see if we have the spare resources. Let me know if anyone returns. They could have been out.
I will. All right. Well, I'll just carry on then.
Any of the ones that are severely hurt, send them to me. And he's going to go back inside.
Yeah, Pip's going to stand there for a moment, kind of a little bit awestruck by, like, I get it's the juxtaposition for him. It's the, oh, I know all these names, but I need to make sure I can spare the resources to write them down. So yeah, he's just going to take a sort of moment to think about that, and then he'll head off towards wherever the injured are being gathered.
Yeah. For the most part, it's like scrapes and bruises, but there are a few where something might be broken or what have you. Nothing seems dire, but there are some that are more wounded than others.
Anything that I mean, from our perspective, would be a serious injury. Like, I mean, our bones easily set.
I would say probably, as far as like those who are severely injured, probably the ones that like have the breaks and whatnot would probably be the ones that fall under that. As far as like scrapes and bruises, even in your mind, that's kind of like, oh, that's whatever. Like, we can work with that.
Yep. I think in that case, Yap will start kind of getting some makeshift stretchers assembled or whatever it is that they can carry these people on. And we'll start getting them sent over to the house.
Okay. So yeah, you start sending them over, and each one, like when they get there, because I'm assuming that at points you'll look over. Like they'll get to the door, and like every one of them seem unsure, like almost scared to knock and announce their presence. But with time they go in, and after a while you'll see as they start coming out that they will have like splints. They will have, essentially they go in, and when they come out they've been taken care of.
Yeah,
Things,
I think
like with like splints or what have you, the equivalent of, to match their injuries, braces and all that.
Yeah, I think we'll take like account of all of the ones that go in and make sure they all come back out again as well. Like just keeping track of everything as they go on. And then we'll help with anyone that he can help with. Like, I mean, his medicine isn't great, but if he can help, he will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's various little things that can be helped or whatnot. Already, like, they're trying to re-erect things that have fallen over, putting those little tent kind of things back to the way that they were.
Yeah. I think like once the last of the more severely injured have been sort of dealt with and things are kind of working on their own accord, he'll head back over to the house and he will knock again.
Okay. We'll come to that in a moment. We're going to go back to the 3. Those going to the canteen, the big eating area. Essentially...
Yeah.
Why do you do that? Why do you do that?
Nothing.
It's like every time I come over to you, you're like, yeah, okay.
You're making me play the game.
I'm involved.
I mean, it's not like you threw my sister down a hole or something. I'm not mad.
My dad and my brother don't start.
Okay,
we're on the same level.
Hang on. Hold up. I did not throw your sister down the hole. Okay.
If you think about it, you did yourself by having one.
Thing. Literally, your sister originally was not on the list of possible people to get dropped down.
So he fixed it.
Originally, she was not on that list. Your brother was.
What?
Like,
then
full
you put
disclosure,
her in a room.
You separated her. You put her away from everyone.
So
Damn, he straight victim blamed you. Holy
shit.
You separated her. Your brother was on the list. And the roll said he was good. He got hurt. But that's it. You put your sister on the list.
You have to pick. Which one is it?
Apparently, I've already made my choice. I didn't even know I was making a choice. But my choice has consequences.
Well, you see,
I didn't see the butterfly overhead that said this will be remembered.
The thing about the way that I run things, every decision matters. Everything has some kind of weight. There is no, oh, let me do this random thing.
Not this Sophie's Choice shit. Hold on.
Okay.
He said defeated.
So
I can't beat the logic.
If it's okay, I will come to you 3.
Okay.
It is okay.
Maybe Brandon needs a special button too.
Wait, hold up. Hold up.
No, shh. So we come back to you 3, heading towards the canteen. As you guys are getting closer, this area is essentially like the big eating area that people tend to go to is outside of the brewery, the Slimeworm Brewery. And usually when you guys pass by this, yeah, it might be busy like towards the end of a day or whatever, when everyone's finished up their long days of doing chores and different jobs and whatnot. With as many people that have already started to gather, you can't see tables, you can't see places to sit. Essentially, there is a horde that is surrounding the Slimeworm Brewery. Some of them, Doodle, you do recognize as people that you had said, hey, go over here. You do see a number of the guards also trying to shepherd people and almost organize things. Like, these people are okay, these ones are injured, these ones need attention. This kind of scenario is going on in front of you. And it is pretty loud, as you would expect. You hear people checking with others, being like, hey, have you seen such and such? Where is this person? Are you okay? You know, things like that. And it's a cacophony of this. You see as some of the guards are running to, and you see some that are running away. You hear orders to go and grab the healers from the Muck Mother's brood. You're hearing different orders shouted almost continuously to the point where it's hard to hear anything specific. It's piecing things together like context clues. So what would you guys like to do?
So actually, Doodle is going to basically run right through the canteen, to the Muck Mother's Brood area. That was already his plan before they were yelling about it, to go get as many healers as he can there.
Okay, so you're gonna leave here and run to the Muck Mother's
Yeah,
Brood section of Grub's Fire?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What about you two?
Does there look like anywhere that they've been putting like injured or somewhere that already has like maybe a healer station? Yeah, Gaboldi's gonna
Hmm.
like while carrying his brother, pushing through the crowd trying to get his brother there.
Okay. So you like start pushing through the crowd, but once people see, it essentially opens up, and there's even a couple people that will help lighten the load and help you carry your brother over. Um, but yeah, you take him over there. You do see where stations are starting to be put up. Healers are not here just yet, but you can see that they're already getting things set up for when the healers arrive.
They have already like stretchers or anything that he can just lay his brother on and
Mm-hmm.
wait with him. So yeah, he's gonna go ahead and lay him down on one of the stretchers, and he's going to like very stalwartly just like stand beside him, like until the healers get there.
Okay. What about you, Ups?
Uh, Oops would be looking for other tinkerers and stuff like that to see if like some of them are preparing to do repairs and stabilizing structures and all that.
So above table, that wouldn't be so much the tinkers and whatnot, the rust claws like you guys, like you and Doodle. That would be the Warren Keepers that do like the structures and all that.
Then you will stay and feel useless.
That's not what I was trying to do. I will say that outside of maybe a few here and there, mostly ones that would be injured, you don't see very many of the rust claws, whereas you would
Bullshit.
usually see a bunch of them like at the forges and whatnot. You only see like a few scattered here and there as far as those who are, well, gathered.
I think you would approach one of them and ask where the rest of us is.
Okay.
Where's the rest of us?
Well, they're down at the forges.
Are they not needed here?
Well, if I had to guess, some of them are making some supplies. But for the most part, the Rustclaw Den's cut off.
Why? How?
Those tunnels collapsed. There's only a small little area where some of them can squeeze through. But not most of us.
Can we do something for it? Can we?
The Warren Keepers have been notified.
Can I help? Looking like cliche no.
He kind of gives you a once over. He's like, you can seem kind of small. Oh.
Twitch.
Oops. You might be able to help.
Are you expecting any explosions?
Kind of just raises an eyebrow.
I can definitely try.
Yeah. Maybe you should try to help him.
Which way?
Well, they've already been told, so they might already be trying to clear the tunnels. I'd start there.
He will look towards the people he came with. Just they seem busy. She starts heading off by himself.
Okay. And you are heading towards the Rustclaw Den?
Mhm.
Or the tunnels leading to the Rustclaw Den?
Yes. Yes. I
Okay.
was about to say, and all the tunnels. If I can just go straight to it. Oh, this was surprisingly easy.
Fair enough. Let's pop over back to Bricka. Like I said, the stuff that's going on there does seem to be unending. Did you kept helping, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just going around and helping? Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific or other than helping that you're wanting to do?
She's occasionally looking back to where her dad is, but other than that, she's trying to see if she can gather any information from anybody, if anyone knows more than her. Stuff like that. She's also kind of like, I guess in a way, like getting information, kind of fighting on whether she should go back to her mom, whether she should go back, like she should stay here, just kind of, yeah. But overall trying to see if she can gain more information.
Okay. Well, you ask a number of people, young, elder. No one seems to have an answer. No one seems to know what's going on. And it's about that point, as those questions are being asked, where essentially the rumor mill starts going. Some people that it was just another earthquake. It was just too close. You have some that are saying that the sound of the earthquake, the roaring, didn't seem right. Some saying that it's punishment from the Muck Mother herself or from the Scrap God. Like, you're starting to hear all these different possibilities of what it could be. But no one has actual answers.
I do have a question, but I don't think I can do anything yet.
Okay.
So, with Gabo background, if I could find what I'm talking about, oh my god. All right. What did he do now?
He said it's definitely the Muck Mother. The Scrap God would never do something like this.
Oh, 100. Yes, he would. Shut the fuck up. All right.
No, he wouldn't.
Anyway.
No, he wouldn't. Let's fight about it. Holy war.
Oh my god. Anyway. Pretty much above table, I had a question. So, with Bricka's background with the whole Fungus Seer Acolyte, can she, as of right now, with the level she's at, do the ritual to see, like, the patterns or whatever, see if there's, like, a hint to what happened? Or is that above her pay grade still?
I mean, you're talking about her, the feature of her background?
Yes.
So, you could attempt that. That essentially translates, if you will, to her prayers.
Okay, then, never mind.
For intents and purposes. But sometimes when she does those prayers, she might glean something from it. It's the best way I can describe it as far as that.
So kind of in a way of, if traditional paladin was like praying to a god and they kind of give him like glimpse of a vision, kind of similar.
Essentially, yeah, it's along those lines.
Okay then, cool. Yeah, I was like, could that help right now? But I wasn't sure if that was like above her pay grade or if she could even use it right now. But yeah, but all right then, cool. That gave me a better explanation. Yeah, like I said, she's just gonna continue to help, listening to whether it's rumor mill or theories or whatever. Uh, I do still imagine her like, any time that she sees rope, she's like tying it in a knot, kind of like, spinning it over her shoulder. Find another one, tie it in a knot, spin it over her shoulder. Like she's gathering rope, but she's still primarily helping people.
Okay, I gotcha. All right, ye old yip yap.
Ye old yip yip.
I believe that you were going back to see Mr. Knox.
Indeed.
All right. So you go up to the door. Go ahead.
Do a rapid tap tap. As I said, I do a rapid tap tap on the door.
Okay. You'll hear the usual enter.
Yeah, so Yip Yap will step in. He'll take a look around the room when he first walks in. What the fuck, Viking? I swear to God. Sorry. Yeah, so he will. I can't. Yeah, so he will step in. He'll have a look around the room. What does the room look like at this point? Is it like as I'd imagine it to be, or is it disheveled? I don't know what the.
So, whereas when you were in here before and everything was immaculate and everything set perfectly, completely organized, it has become the opposite. Shelves are turned over, things are littering the floor. There is a path of stuff that's been cleared to make a walkway to go to the table that he had been standing at when you guys had come back from the mission, and that table has been cleared. But there are a number of like bits of metal and cloth and leather and other various things. A bit of discoloration here on the table, so presumably blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's turned his little workshop table into, well, a medical table. But as you come in, he looks over, and using the same insight from before, you'll notice his shoulders kind of almost settle a little bit. Is that all of them?
I think so. I think that's all of them. So, is there any point me asking what actually happened?
Unfortunately not. Because I don't know. I'm not sure anyone will know.
So you've not seen anything on this before? Understandable.
Never seen something like this. Not here.
Not here. Somewhere?
Maybe on the most outer reaches that we've explored, but those tunnels long since collapsed. For this to happen to Grubspire, there's something else going on. I don't think this was natural.
Eyebrow raised. Okay. And what did cause this in those outer reaches? Or do we not know that?
Sometimes they were earthquakes. Sometimes it was the dwarves. But never to this degree. I will point out above table, which you probably already realized, he's being a lot more forthcoming than he usually is.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You can tell he's unsettled. I don't think he would have gone anywhere near as hard on these questions if it was normal. But yeah, he'll kind of just kind of look around the room, being unsure of sort of where the question is going to take him, I guess. Kind of reaching around for some kind of something else to kind of ask, I guess. Dwarves here?
What was that?
Dwarves. Would they come here?
They shouldn't. We haven't had problems with them for, well, since before any of you all showed up. It's been a long time. They know the boundaries.
Okay.
Unless if they
I guess
found a way to develop something. But I wouldn't know what.
Well, with your leave, I'm happy to head into town, gather up rumors. It's always better than that than gathering up scrap, so I'll put these ears to good use.
It's going to be a slow nod. I think that would be for the best. Maybe pass that along to some of the others that are well. The more we can learn, the better.
He'll nod and turn to leave, and then just as he kind of gets to the door, he'll stop. I'll take the little one with me. Teaching him the ropes. I won't be around forever.
That seems fair.
All right. He'll walk out.
Okay.
Yeah. So he'll spread the word, and he will go and find the little one.
It doesn't take...
Does the little one actually have a name, by the way?
Yes, the little one has a name. A little one has had a name, but it's just never come up.
I feel like it's one of those situations where it probably just doesn't bother learning a name until he knows it's sticking around. So that might be a rite of passage in and of itself. Mm-hmm. Probably won't ask him for it. So yeah.
But yeah, you pass the word on. They start running. You do pretty quickly find the little one. And he is, just doing little things to help.
All right. Oh, I think we're gonna take a little trip into town.
But now?
Now.
Okay. I think everything's as good as it can be here. Right? Where are we going?
Nowhere in particular. We're gonna wander around. We are gonna listen out. We're gonna keep our ears well and truly open, and we're gonna find out what happened.
Yeah, he's gonna look at you and then look back at the doorway. Is everything okay in there?
Everything is fine in there.
Okay.
He's gonna like start to take a step and then stop. Why? What have you heard?
Nothing. But Mr. Noss didn't know anything?
He didn't. Well, maybe. Rumors. But I think we can find some rumors of our own.
Okay. And he'll catch up to you.
Yep. And he'll slide through the gap out into the big world beyond and start making his way through the slime fields back to town.
Why do you say it like that?
Because he was being oozed on this time yesterday. That's why.
Oozed on.
Okay, I guess that's fair. Alright, yeah. Is there anywhere particular, or is it just random going out?
I mean, thoroughfares, so he'll aim towards the marketplace and taverns and stuff like that. So that would basically be his main goal, really. The kind of places where he's hoping people are going to be congregating.
Okay.
Where things are being talked about.
That's fair. Alright, we'll pop over to a doodle.
Okay.
Alright, so you were heading over... You were heading over to the Muck Mother's Brood to grab the healers.
Yeah, basically, I mean, he's just going to spend, until he drops, just removing rubble, getting people yelling about the canteen, all that.
Okay. So yeah, helping people out. There are a number of the healers that have started showing up, and for Bricka, you have been seeing more of them as well. I'd say at this point, it seems that most of, if not all, people that can be accounted for are accounted for. Actually, no, I'll even say that you notice someone that's not from the Muck Mother's Brood running around and saying stuff about the canteen and, you know, throwing chunks of boulder out of the way and helping some of those that are left over.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably using a sword as well as like a makeshift shovel or like a pry bar.
Okay.
Okay. So you said I notice him?
Yeah. Like, it. To be fair, Doodle would definitely stand out here.
Okay. Yeah, she's... Go ahead.
I think in your eyes, he would essentially look like a mini guard.
Okay.
Like he's wearing armor. He has a big sword behind him. He's going around. He's seeming to give orders, getting the healers to go to the canteen to go help people and whatnot. So essentially, he would look like or seem like one of the guards, just smaller.
Okay. Yeah, I think just by seeing that alone, she's gonna be like, oh, maybe he could help type thing. So yeah, I imagine with whatever rope or whatever she's tied together as rope around her shoulder, she's gonna kind of like just run over and she goes, do you think you can help me?
Yeah, I feel like he's going to quickly spin around. He's gonna say, is someone trapped?
Yeah, my my brother fell into this hole that just appeared in our house, and I at least wanted to go back and give this to my mother and come help more people. And can you help?
He's gonna kind of look, and he's gonna be silent for a few seconds, and he's gonna say, the holes are too deep. I can go with you to your mother, but we're not gonna be able to reach anybody in there.
Yeah, she's gonna look even more worried, and she goes, well, we have to try. If it works for him, then maybe it could work for the people that you're trying to help.
Well, let's get met up with everyone, and we'll see what's the sorry, I gotta look through the lore, but what's the name of like the town leader again?
Isn't it like a council?
Top?
Yeah,
Like
well,
the number one?
Who would be throwing orders? Like the council, yeah. So is that all they're called?
So yeah, there's the council, but there is a figurehead of it, like the last say in everything, and that would be High Wriggler Urs.
High Wriggler Urs. Okay.
Mm-hmm. He is, for intents and purposes, the Gobbo in charge of Grubspire.
Okay. If that is the case, then he will say he'll say, I think our best bet is to get everyone together and wait for what High Wriggler
Urs.
Okay, sorry. And maybe we can get the Warren Keepers together and we could make a big tunnel.
So above table, Warren Keepers are the guard, right?
No, the guard is separate. Usually the guard will consist of Rustclaws. The Warren Keepers are essentially the workers, if you will. They are in charge of structures, maintaining things, tunnels. They are the engineers, for intents and purposes.
All right. So just asking to make sure. So she's gonna just kind of look at him like kind of puzzled, like, okay, because again, she thinks he's a guard. So she just kind of looks around. She goes, I can help you get people together. Just can we swing past my place really quick?
He'll nod and he'll drag his blade behind him. It'll probably be very loud against the stone. And he'll follow you.
All right, yeah. Yeah, I think she would at least head back to tell her mom, hey, like, Dad's out of commission too, type thing. I'm gonna go help people.
Okay, so she said her dad's out of commission.
No, I'm saying like, yeah, like she's gonna like pretty much she's heading back to her house just to say, hey, look, I didn't fall in a hole. Mom's dad's out of commission. I'm gonna go help people, type thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So, at this point, everyone is going to hear what starts off quieter at first, but it's going to grow. The sound of a deep horn beginning to grow and echo throughout Grubspire, bouncing off of walls and all that. But it reaches almost not deafening, but loud enough that it, like, nowhere isn't going to notice it. And this horn, you know, is the council summoning everyone of Grubspire. And that's where we're going to end it.
No!
Okay, let's walk around. Cool.
What?
Nah. We have 8 more. Damn it.
No, we don't.
Yeah, yes, we do. The stream has been live for 1 hour and 52. We have 8 minutes left. Come on. Come on.
No.
We also started late.
Yeah.
That's
So-
not my fault or problem.
What?
But
What?
It's
What?
Yeah.
I did
So-
nothing wrong. I was on time. I was
No.
here, and I was present. And I was quiet.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, that last bit's a definite lie.
You want to restate that last part?
Okay, why did everybody's
Yeah.
head just turn the same way? Just
Yeah.
Everyone just
That's
looked
not
at
proof.
Mike.
That's hearsay. That's hearsay. That's hearsay. I'll sue you
I
for
feel like
it.
that there's enough evidence against you. But, you know.
I mean, just character witness alone will be enough, I think.
My man got out of bed today and just said, "I'm gonna outright lie."
yeah, that was.
Also,
that was
decided to
crazy.
drink out of a glass in the weirdest way possible. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, what were you drinking?
What?
I'm hiding the fact that I'm drinking water.
It's how those weird Denmark
or vodka.
Fucking weird
we don't really
Danish
know, to be
bastards.
honest.
You're not allowed to drink water?
No, I'm hiding it. Because
Why?
all you is because you were after me for drinking all monster.
Yeah, so if you drank water, we'd actually probably praise you.
good
Well,
job.
hang on,
Yeah.
hold up.
No, stop it.
You don't praise a child for something they're supposed to do anyway.
Oh,
Don't do it.
but look, he's small. He needs encouragement.
Look
See-
at this nerd. He's a hydro homie.
See, look, for
What?
example, like me, I'm gonna have to hide the logo just so Mike doesn't get in trouble for having, you know,
Mike
He's not
doesn't
sponsored.
care. Mike doesn't care.
Mike doesn't, but apparently Amazon might. Who knows?
Amazon can suck
mean,
a big
not gonna
floppy
lie.
donkey dick for all Mike cares. I don't care.
I mean, not gonna lie, the reason y'all saw me doing
Wait.
this is because I was drinking beer.
That
Said
You're
okay,
something
allowed
this-
like
this
that
stream
in the
is a
other
big one.
campaign
to
too.
unless they changed it.
I didn't want to risk it.
I think it's they changed
one
that
of
rule. You're allowed to do drugs and drink.
I don't care if there's smoking on the stream.
I know you don't
If there's
care.
drinking on the stream. It's set for 18
we have
plus.
Mike
If someone's
whisper
letting
off
their
more?
kids watch it, that's on them. Teach them young.
Yeah,
it's
fuck them
fine.
kids.
I was saying he may draw the line at fucking on the stream, but
Yeah,
Mate,
that's a
fucking mate.
very
I was about
different
to-
stream.
Hey, go back over there.
That-
Go back
that's-
over there. Sorry, you gotta cancel.
Look, I'm going to be honest. If Mike didn't get banned during Ember's streams when I had about 20 beers a session, I think we're good.
Yes, but I was drinking.
Also,
Look,
there was
That
literally a
and-
channel point redemption that I had that made me take a shot on stream. That someone
That is true.
may or may not have been.
That we did
Where
have
did
Merc
that go?
screaming fornication every 5
That's-
seconds, so.
That's why I don't have 50,000.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
fucked me up
Yeah.
one stream.
Look, there's
You hit me with
watching.
8 shots back to back.
Nah, no. Fuck them kids. Throw them out the
kids
door.
watching.
Nah, throw them out the door.
But yeah, I know with your
They say
whole
I should throw
sponsorship
you.
situation, I shouldn't
I should throw
show my
you.
ass cheek with the Honda Civic logo on it.
Wait. Maybe that might be a good idea. You know, branding.
Brandy! See, I'm just gonna yell at the kids now.
Anywho's,
You guys get.
I
You
hope
guys
you
can talk
guys
to Brandon
enjoyed
about
the
that.
stream. We'll see you
Hope you
guys.
enjoyed the little after talk that happened after.
Yeah, just imagine the talks that happened beforehand too. I'm still thinking of
That
just
will continue
randomly
after.
going live at some point during those pre-game talks. But yeah, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Okay, love you. Bye.
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 Bye.